Morning. It's a cold, ugly day out in Rochester, New York. And today I want to review the discussions I had this last week with business owners and their leadership teams. It all revolved around, oh, my competition is better because they have a better product. They're in a better market. There are greener fields over there. They have better people. They have better access to vendors. They have better. I'm here to tell you that's not the case. That's not the case because most of the companies that I find that are better are just more intentional. They're more focused on getting the things done so that the owners and the leadership team are really getting what they want from the business by just being intentional. So today, the tool that I want to bring up in terms of being intentional was having a good meeting pulse. How many times do you go to a meeting and there's not a really defined objective, there's not a good agenda, you don't even know why you're there? So today, let's look at that meeting pulse. The foundation of a business is being able to come together as a team and discuss things and solve things and move that forward. So to the extent you can do 5 things to set up the meeting, you are going to excel. The first point is having a regular day that you're going to have this leadership team meeting. Second, start on time. Have a regular time for that meeting. Third, you want to end on time. If people are going beyond what they thought, then they're getting agitated and their mind is on different tasks that they have to complete for the rest of the day. Last, have a regular agenda. Make sure everyone knows the agenda going into each meeting. So that's the start of it. But let me review what that agenda should look like. The idea is to cycle through and get quick updates and not spend a lot of time hashing it out and hearing the stories behind it. No one cares. What you do care about is discussing those issues, breaking down those barriers, and finding a solution. So to the extent that you can get a pulse on where things are and see how you can help each other out and create discussion and solutions around that, you're doing a great job. So let me review the agenda. The agenda should be the following. Segue. Segue is just a quick transition from the business day into that meeting. Second is reviewing your scorecard. The scorecard is just an overview of measurables, key performance indicators of how the business is doing. Third is looking at the rocks. Rocks is a popular term used by Stephen Covey to identify really the 3 or 5 things that are most important over the next 90 days that if you could complete, you'd be powering through and getting to your goals for the entire year. Next is people issues, and that is employees, vendors, and clients. Any issues that are arising as a result of that if you tackled, you could push that business forward. Next, to-dos. Sometimes you don't need 90 more days to complete something. You just need a week that if you got that done, you're moving the team forward. So any to-dos that arise, you're putting on that list, reviewing what to-dos you needed to do from the last week, and looking at to-dos you need to do for the week ahead. The next item is that any issues that came up as a result of the scorecard, the review of the rocks, the to-do list, or people, you don't discuss them in that segment. You push that down into the issues segment. So you only really spend 5 minutes on the scorecard, then 5 minutes on the rocks, 5 minutes on the people, 5 minutes on to-dos. You spend the remainder of the time, and up to a full 90 minutes for this meeting, on any issues that arise. So you want to list out and identify those. You want to break down those issues to the underlying root cause and not just deal with the symptoms. You want to discuss that, let everyone have a word in, but stop it and don't go into politicking. And then, last, you want to move on to solving those issues. By doing just listing out, getting a quick update as to the scorecard, the rocks, the people, and any to-dos, and pushing that down to an actual issues list that you're discussing just means that you're plowing through barriers, you're building in consistency, and you're really excelling at moving the business forward. The last agenda item is the following, that's the conclusion, and there's really 3 parts to the conclusion, and that is the following. You want to review any to-dos. You want to understand if there's a cascading message, a message that needs to go out to the rest of the company as a result of the solutions that you determine. And last, you want to rate the meeting. And that's the entire reason why this meeting is called a level 10 meeting, because you're rating it from 1 to 10. And the idea is you want to keep these meetings at 8, 9, or 10 on average. And if you're doing so, you're having fantastic meetings. So let's stop going to this complainy pants mode of thinking that other business owners have it better because they have a better product or a better industry or no government regulation or compliance features, and focus on what we can control, and that is making your company and the underlying employees there being disciplined, accountable, and executing to reach your vision. Have a great weekend and enjoy the holiday season.